Hey guys, I'm Lindsay Smith. I'm here at J&K Home Furnishings at Little River, and I'm so excited to bring you guys our very first wine and interior design. We're so excited to start this program. For those of you guys who don't know, we have an amazing design team. I mean, our company is literally successful because of our employees, and we love them so much. They have such a passion for what they do. They come in on their days off, they work overtime, and they just love what they do, which makes it even better when you guys hire them for you. A lot of you guys may have worked with them in store. You may have had them out to your house. If so, you know how amazing they are. And if not, come in and talk to them. They love helping out. In store, it's free. If you want to hire them for your house, it's $250 fee, which, by the way, we are giving away $250 tonight, which is a perfect time for you guys to get a designer out to your house for free now. So just make sure you guys ask questions live, and that's what they're here for, is to help you with your design questions. We have wine, and we are ready to talk some interior design, so jump in your pajamas, pour yourself a wine, and let's learn a little bit more about how to bring spring into your home. All right, so we have John and Rebekah, our designers here at Little River. Hello, guys.
Hey, we're here. Waiting for those questions.
All right. All right, so what do you guys think about spring design?
Well, before we start on the spring design, I think we ought to say what we're going to be doing. Any questions you have, go ahead and send them through. We've got a lot to show you today and a lot we're going to talk about. But we will, detour from focusing on us to talk about anything you want to.
Feel free to derail us.
Yes, we get
We're
derailed
easily
often.
distracted.
As Lindsay said, I'm John Hanna. I'm one of our designers, and we've had Rebekah Wallace here for
A little over a month now.
it seems so much longer.
In such a good way, though, right, John? Yeah, I joined the J&K team early in January. I came from owning my own business, and then before that, working in commercial interiors. And I have a great appreciation and passion for home decor, and I love working within the bounds of your pieces and making your house a home. So I'm glad to be here at J&K. Love everybody we work with and all the great brands that we offer here.
She has truly been a perfect fit to our team. I really don't know that we could have found anyone better. But the ironic thing was we had worked on a job or two together somewhat without realizing who the other was.
Yeah, we'd never met in person. This actually happened with another designer, which was why this was such a great fit. But John and I had worked on a similar house, didn't even know it, and we both loved each other's style.
I remember going in and saying, "Where did you find this great wallpaper?" And little did I know you had put that wallpaper in there.
You're right. You're right.
And
so
then, of course, you saw everything I did.
And then it was game on.
But we are talking about ways to spruce up your home for spring, things to introduce as spring comes back around, transitioning to that new season.
It's starting to look and feel a lot like spring, at least last week.
It is. I mean, I was hot and having to get myself tanner back out because I had on short sleeves. And
That's
gosh,
right.
I don't get any on this sofa.
Kind of hard to dress these days, but I know we picked out our 5, 10.
We each did roughly 5, and at that point, I think we could have at least each done 25.
Yes, you're probably right. And before we go there, do you want to talk about some of maybe the things we're expecting to come into the showroom for spring?
Well, we've got a lot coming in. We are one of the few showrooms that works extremely hard to stage the floor, make everything look tip-top. But we're not one of those stuffy showrooms that freezes everything to the floor. We'll sell anything. I mean, if you want to buy Rebekah, I mean, we could
for a price.
No, but
we'll come out for $250.
We do sell off the floor, so you can get things delivered instantly, or you could do custom orders.
Yeah, it just depends on what you're looking for. I
Exactly.
had a customer in today who had bought from J&K previously, but she was ready to have a new recliner in her house today.
Right.
And we looked at all of our options, and she went home with some great ideas to try to process the color and scale of what we had available.
And we've got almost every vendor we've got new coming out. I think one of the big highlights for the entire store is we have a whole new Equinus Stressless lineup coming out. And for those of you that don't know, those are, I guess I would always describe them prior to working in this industry as the George Jetson recliner because it is a more modern, sleek look, and it is zero gravity once you get to that.
Yeah, it's really smart
incline.
technology. It's a sleek look, beautiful leathers. Really can complement any style, and that's where we come in. If you find a beautiful stretchless chair and it fits you well, you know you're looking for the comfort and the style, but maybe it doesn't coordinate with your current furnishings, that's where we come into play to help pull it all together and make the space cohesive and a great look for you.
But other than that, we have the new Bassett lines coming out, introducing the smaller living, which I think will be a great hit for us with condos and apartments down here.
And I know I'm excited about the cleaner lines.
Right.
Bassett's coming out with a Be Modern collection. We've got some coming to the sales floor in the next few months.
Absolutely.
You know, I think the trend lately is clean, sleek.
You want to be able to be transitional.
Yeah.
If you're more traditional and you want to go more traditional, this piece can carry you there. If you want to go more contemporary, more modern, it can carry you there
And
too.
I always tell people, John, I think a lot of people get hung up on trends.
Right.
But I think people need to stay true to what they love. It's your home. It's what you're passionate about. I think
agree.
if you buy in a certain genre or style that you're drawn to, you're going to be happy with it longer.
Right. Well, it's a good reflection of your personality. Now, I always tell my clients, avoid trendy on your bigger pieces. Go with classic lines on your bigger pieces. If you want to interject a trend, do it in something easily interchangeable, such as toss pillows or small home accents.
Yeah, you're already leading into my
I know
things.
we're going into them.
I know that's one of the things I was going to talk about. There's lots of ways to make a room look on trend or colorful or seasonal, and it not be your big investment pieces.
But at the same time, still be a true reflection of your style, your personality, your taste.
Absolutely.
I think that's always important. But not just with Stressless and Bassett, Craftmaster, Broyhill, Universal. We have got almost any vendor that you can think of, any company you can think of, we carry and dabble in. Lexington, the Stanley new lines. I cannot wait for those to get here.
I'm really excited about that. I'll show you a few pieces. Actually, I love this end table. I'm not sure you can see it, but it's a new Stanley piece. It's got a great mix of metals and finishes. We're seeing a lot of washes, white washes, gray washes. Greige is still very in. I've worked with a few clients quite frequently who don't like gray, but a lot of the new greige finishes, it's got browns and the cooler gray tones. It all depends on what you're pairing with it.
And getting a good balance in there. I mean, I'm telling you, for years, going out doing the Grand Dunes property, I felt like I had a copyright on Sherwin-Williams Blonde and Manor Gold. And how often do you pull those paint colors out of your paint deck now? But if you like those warmer tones, there's still ways to bridge it into these cooler palettes of grays and creams and taupes.
Absolutely.
And I get a lot of questions too, if you guys could touch on it, about not just what you see is here, about how many fabric choices and color choices when you walk in the showroom, because
when you come in J&K, hopefully you're always greeted when you come in. That's always our goal, is to welcome you here and tell you about our current sales and what's at the showroom floor. But I always like to tell people, it's not just what you see here.
Right.
We have access to so many awesome companies that really we want to provide you with a service. We're here to help, like I said in the beginning, make your house a home.
Oh, definitely.
And just because you don't see it here doesn't mean we don't have access to it. A lot of times we've been able to sit in the product at market, or we can help compare dimensions, talk about the scale of your space, what height furniture is going to look the best. We do floor plans also.
Well, that's what I was getting ready to say. That's why we offer the in-home.
Yeah, I just worked with a customer earlier this afternoon that had some antiques, and she was, I didn't catch where she was moving from, but she was wanting to lighten and brighten the space. Must have not been from the South, because she said she wanted to southernize it, which I love. And she wanted to bring in some lighter color. So she had an antique dining table in a mahogany finish. And so we looked at our offerings as far as custom tables. Do we want to do a painted finish with it? Do we want to do an upholstered chair?
Or mix.
Yeah, that's exactly what we talked about. She was really excited about the options that we had available in multitude of price points, finishes, to really kind of freshen what she already had.
And for those of you who don't know, we do offer an in-home design service. It is a $250 fee, but it is applicable to your purchases. You get years of expertise between all of our 5 designers here, or the designers at any of our locations.
Oh, patio furniture. There was a question about that yesterday.
Yes. Well, yes and no. We do offer patio furniture. Right now, one of the brands that we are learning and getting a good relationship started with is Palmetto Home, and they have a subsidiary called Pelican Reef. Now, through that, we've got quite a bit that we can access and order. And the good news with that, with what Rebekah was saying earlier about customizing, we've got tons of fabrics that you can choose from for those collections. Limited finishes, but a lot of style options.
John, is that what was used at the Robbers Roost
Yes,
model home?
Good question. The model home I recently just did, Robbers Roost on 11th Avenue. I used a lot of the Pelican Reef in their sunroom and their outdoor cooking space.
Yeah,
So
it's a gorgeous look. I mean, it looks fabulous in the sunroom. Looks good indoors or outdoors.
And there's pictures on Facebook of the Robbers Roost and
yes,
Instagram.
on
right?
Facebook, and I'm almost certain on our Instagram account as well.
I
Go
agree.
by. If you haven't been by the Robbers Roost
It's
model
worth
home,
taking a spin through.
I've sent some customers there.
Right.
They were buying for a condo with 6 other couples who owned it.
Mhm.
They were able to see
I
the
remember
fabric
that.
they were choosing on the chair, and they came back super pleased. Were ready to purchase their product because they were able to see some of it in person. It was
It's-
a really great experience for them.
Right, it's almost like a mini boutique showroom,
Yeah.
another one.
Yeah, expanding our square
Hey,
footage.
we do a little bit of everything.
And what colors are you guys loving for spring right now?
Oh.
Well, the trend color that who said it? Sherwin-Williams.
Or Pantone.
I can't remember, but it's what shade? It's a purple.
It's purple. It's like orchid. Which I love purple. My daughter, she's 3. She's really into purple these days.
In small doses. I think.
If you're there, I think that the color purple was very polarizing.
And it was a great movie.
The color purple. Not only a great movie, but I think in certain ways it can work. I think, if I'm remembering correctly, it almost has some gray undertones, the one that they've chosen as their color of the year. But I would bring it in with your accents, unless you just
True.
really love the color personally, like I talked about before. If you
Mackenzie
love something-
Manning loves purple.
Perfect. If you love it, go for it. Own it.
I think it can be a great introduction into a room, but I think you have to use it appropriately.
Well, actually, I'm just remembering, we have a beautiful fabric from Bassett. It's the paisley. We have it shown in the teal. It comes in a gorgeous plum. I had a customer come in the other day. She's got a totally neutral house. She was trying to appease herself and her husband. Her husband said, gosh, I need some color in here. And we looked at a beautiful Bassett recliner, and we thought about that plum on it. It was gorgeous.
But it being a paisley, it helps.
Yes.
It breaks it up. It's a print.
It was
it's not
actually
just.
a velvet.
Oh.
Yeah, purple and velvet.
And our customer service manager here, Victoria, absolutely loves velvet.
I think, John, there was a question. Was it about a fireplace? Decor for a fireplace mantle.
Oh, we have got, I would say, in the past year, we have increased our small decor and home accents by, I'd say 75%. We've got more options for a mantle than we ever have, from porcelain to silk arrangements,
Yeah, some of the faux
candlesticks.
Yeah, it all depends on what you're going for. I think there are certain people who like to change it out seasonally. Some people want to set it and forget it. But I always tell people when they're coming in and they've already bought all their upholstered pieces, plan some time to spend with us, because we
Right.
have catalogs multiple inches thick and a multitude
And all
of
the
them.
vendor websites.
Yes,
if
there's
we don't
so
have
many
it, we will
options.
get it. We're one of the few places that if we don't have it, we'll.
I want to mention
Find
one
a way
thing.
to get
When
it.
you come in, most people are pretty good about this, but bring pictures of your space. When you come in, if you're explaining something, we're pretty good visually.
Now,
but
of your
sometimes-
room. We don't mean 8x10 headshots, glamour shots, anything like
Unless
that.
you're me.
Unless you just want us to display them. I mean, that's
But
fine,
if
too.
you're looking for something specific, make sure you take a picture of
Right.
it. Unless you're going to invite us into
And maybe
the
some
home.
rough measurements.
Yeah, that'd be a positive. I
Right.
think the number one thing that a designer has been trained in and has been accustomed to working with is scale.
Right.
It's so
And proportion.
important. Yes. And
Depth.
so measurements and getting the appropriate scale for those accent pieces can really make or break a room.
Absolutely.
And that's where we're here to help in store. And
That's
also
what I'm
in-
thinking in the back of my mind right now is walking in to a room and seeing a big wingback velvet purple chair and just singing the
I can
Barney
make it
theme
work.
song.
I can make it work.
Well, with the right stuff, it can be pulled off beautifully. I agree.
You guys, back to the fireplace. Can you talk about scale a little bit about what you would do with height versus a lot
Right.
of people are confused with the fireplace.
Well, first of all, we need to know the
Decorations.
size of the fireplace. Do you have a mantle?
Yeah.
What's the width and the depth of the mantle? Where does the height fall on the mantle? What's above that? Is it sheetrock? Is it paneling? Is it...
Yeah, what?
Give
yeah,
us
what can
that
we
space.
get there?
What can we fit? Because a lot of times you'll come in looking for artwork or a mirror to go there, and you know, gee, was that 48 inches or 54? Then you're on the phone. Bill, can you measure?
I'm working with a design client right now, and we are looking for something to go over their mantle. We'll touch on this with our favorite things for spring, but she saw a beautiful piece of abstract art here that she loves, but it's kind of an awkward design. It's an angled fireplace, a stair railing comes into it, and when I was in the home, I was able to say, well, let me tell you that I probably wouldn't come above where the stair railing comes in.
Right.
I'll tell
Kind
you
of
what.
let that cap you out.
Absolutely. Draw that as a visual line across the room. I'll tell you what I'm loving. Once again, it's shown at Robert's Roost. There's a multitude of companies who are doing this now, but it's kind of a new addition to the plates on the wall. I hate to not use a very professional term, but we have these gorgeous, and we'll touch on this more, but they're individual items, and I love it for a space that might be a little awkward in size or shape.
The aqua green blue,
Yeah,
the
lily
Uttermost.
pads.
Okay.
Yeah, the lily pads from Uttermost.
Yes.
Or
They come in sets of 3.
yeah, you can't see it, but they're great when you have an awkward shape because it fills the space
Right.
without being a standard square rectangle.
And being confined to those perimeters. It gives you a little
Absolutely.
more free-flowing design.
Absolutely, it fills the space, gives you a great look. So we've got plenty of options for above the fireplace.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
We're getting some questions about the custom window treatments, but before we get there, let's go back to the velvet. People are loving velvet.
Yes!
Where is it inappropriate to use velvet in the home? Where
I
would
love
you
velvet.
We're sitting on velvet. Velvet's more forgiving and more durable than people realize because when you rub the nap of the material, you're going to have a highlight and a low light. Well, anything with the highlight and low light. Think about having ladies having your hair done. Highlights and lowlights help conceal what you don't want to see. It's the same within the nap of a material. Highlights and lowlights hide wear and tear, spills and
I
stains.
know, honestly, so I have a 3-year-old. We just sold a pair of chairs. I hear this a lot. The husband loves one thing, the wife loves
Right.
another. I love them. He didn't, so we are in the shopping for 2 new chairs, and I found a beautiful round swivel chair from Best. The velvet's great because it adds another texture.
Exactly.
Sometimes you need the texture and the sheen of a velvet to a room, and I don't mind it at the beach. Some people
No.
think it's too formal.
And it's definitely, I don't know that I would be putting up velvet window treatments here at the beach, but in toss pillows,
Absolutely, it adds a depth to
your
the
upholstery,
design.
it's just an elegance and it's a soft texture.
Yeah, I've been kind of surprised at the polarizing opinions on velvet. I think because I'm a velvet
It
lover.
is always high or low. It is.
But it really does add some dimension to a design. So
And you're getting a true testimony here. If velvet can survive Miss Sloan,
yes,
her
a 3-year-old.
3-year-old.
Well, when you look at the cleanability, it was a W, which
Right.
means water soluble.
Exactly.
Hey, I'm in. If it's easy to clean and easy to maintain, it's for me.
Exactly.
Okay,
And
guys,
beautiful.
our next question, which I personally get a lot, so I'm sure you guys get way more than I do. Her husband wants a recliner, and they do not want the lazy boy style.
Oh,
thank
it comes
God.
up every
Come
day.
here,
Plus, he's
come
really
here.
tall.
We'll help
Okay,
you.
that's no problem. We've got more chairs on this showroom floor that can stationary chairs that can be ordered as recliners, or vice versa. But the days of the recliner being a big old Bubba chair are behind us. Thank God. Cheers to that.
Woo.
We can actually do wing backs, swivel rocker recliners, even down to sleek lines. How about the new Comfort Designs ones that are about to come out?
Oh, I'm excited. I'm so excited.
Yes.
Honestly, when we replaced our 2 chairs, really I was pushing for 2 recliners.
Right.
And power.
Right.
I'm on board.
Power or manual. I mean, recliners have come a long way.
Well, I'll be honest. In my short time here, the number one conflict, and it happens when furniture shopping, has been the recliner.
Right.
We worked on a design project together. We have a his and hers. We did the Kendra.
I'm glad that's a good idea. And the other, the Kendra is a good one by Best Home Furnishings.
It's a swivel rocker recliner. I can't tell you how many people I've sat in it. I'll tell you what you need to look for if you're a taller gentleman, and ladies too. You need a taller back.
With the height.
With the height for the headrest.
And the neck and shoulder support.
Yeah.
But not just that, when you're extended, the ankle support.
Absolutely.
As well.
You know what I've been surprised about, and everyone that sat in it has loved it, is the L-Ran. It's a smaller scale.
It looks like it's a small chair that wouldn't fit a lot of people.
But everybody that sits in it says, wow. It is a super comfortable chair.
And
now,
if I'm not mistaken, we're one of the few people that have access to the L-Ran line.
It's awesome. Everybody I've sat in it loves the smaller scale. The proportions are great. Awesome fabric choices. I know I've worked on a few projects for the Bassett recliner.
Well, that's what I was going to say. That's another one.
It's beautiful.
Bassett has several that you can do kind of his and her style, where he has a recliner and she has a stationary chair.
Leather, fabric.
Right.
Yeah, I've sat a lot of people in that one. It's a great option.
So upholstery's come a long way. I mean, we can do reclining and make it pretty. Nothing is better in home design than being able to achieve function and decorative.
Yeah, decorative
inspiration.
appeal. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Form and function. That's what they teach you in design school all the time.
So Diane just bought a TV console from us and is obsessed with it.
Yay!
It's a glass
That's
combo.
awesome.
She loves it. We have
Thanks,
lots of those
Diane.
available, right?
Oh, more than ever.
Because people are
console?
Well,
TV consoles, yeah.
console.
Yeah, I had a customer in earlier. We were talking about dining chairs and TV consoles. She saw something actually on our clearance section.
Yes.
But
The white, off-white
yes,
piece.
the Bassett piece. But actually, we ended up showing her some other pieces we had on the sales floor. She said, wow, this could work too.
Well, see, that's what's so good. The manufacturer's taking into account versatility. A lot of dining room buffets are being
You
made
read my mind.
to be medias as well.
Well, that's what I told her. So we looked at the Panama Jack Millbrook collection,
Right.
and we have a TV console. It's a two-tone. It's a creamy white finish on the bottom with great slider doors.
With a little bit of wood tone on top.
Yeah, but also you could use, they call it a sideboard.
Right.
It had an open shelf on the bottom. It was a little taller. I made sure to tell her, make sure you've got enough depth in your room where
Right.
the TV mount can angle a little bit so you're not careening your neck to watch the TV.
But most TVs are going higher now.
Yeah, either one of those would have been a great option. And she was trying to combine some wood and some white elements that she already had existing. So
That
we
would
had
be
a
a
lot of
perfect
options
combination.
on the sales floor. Or Universal.
Right.
They had a great piece that would have been a custom order.
Hooker Furniture as well. I mean, these are companies that people have heard about for years, but they're very cutting edge and very current. They still
Absolutely.
offer a lot of traditional pieces, but it's not the pieces you saw 40 and 60 years ago. It's current, modern.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the other thing we talked about too is we talked about price points and options.
Right.
And I've been saying on the sales floor that we have companies that are have it your way. That was
Right.
a McDonald's
Right.
slogan, I guess, when I was growing up. But we have a couple companies that are have it your way. Really, whatever finish you want, whatever color you want,
Right.
sometimes whatever size you want. Now, occasionally that comes with an upcharge as far as getting the customization.
Some do,
Yeah,
some don't.
It depends on who it is. We've got the great palettes by Weinsberg, and truly, it is however you want it, we're going to do it. Or we talked about Hooker, where they have beautiful options, but it might only come on 2 or 3 choices.
Well, even that new leather line we've been looking into, you can customize. I mean, anything.
Oh yeah, the McKinley.
Well, I wasn't going to name it
well,
since we hadn't
sorry.
signed it on. But
Well, keep that on the down low.
Can you
Something
guys-
we've been looking at that we love.
Can you guys quickly touch on the clearance items and where they can find them and what they are?
Yeah,
Yes.
we spend a lot of time.
They're
on this.
everywhere. They're everywhere.
Why do we have clearance? Are they different than sale items?
Well, the thing about it is, to get new, we've got to sell off to be able to.
We only have so much room here.
Well, and we only have so much of a budget we can legitimize to spend at market. So.
And we want that to be big, so we need y'all to buy those clearance items.
We've gone around and, we've looked at what, the cost is, and we've really got some great deals.
We sharpened our pencil.
Oh, if we sharpened them anymore, we'd just have erasers. I mean.
John and I, on one of the first days I was here, we're always prepping for the next market.
Next phase.
Yeah, new things are always coming out. We've got you in mind as the customer. What are you guys liking? Right. What are you buying? And how can we accommodate the customer? And so John and I went around.
Oh, I thought this would be a great introduction for her. Marking down clearance items with me. If she could survive that, she was meant for our team.
So these items are at our bottom dollar to move it out so we can make room for the new.
Right. And
they're online.
Yeah,
they're yes, Lindsay's come in. She's taken photographs, measurements, pricing. Shopping now is easier than it could ever be.
There's a lot of florals, a lot of side pieces.
Vases.
Sometimes things are discontinued, certain fabrics are discontinued. That's when we'd have a clearance item. It's hard to sell an item. We do a lot of custom orders. Or we're getting a new update on the item, that's slightly different but same. It's hard if we have an item that's been discontinued because we can't get it again.
Exactly.
So it's a one and done kind of piece. We're offering at a great price to you because once we sell that, it's gone.
That's it.
Okay, guys, real quickly, we're running out of time. We still want to show your other items.
Right.
But real quick, we have a couple more questions. So, bar stools, she's very interested in what's popular now. She needs 4 high ones.
Well, we've got more bar stools and counter stools
We have
this
fabulous
ever
bar
had.
stool
And
options.
every price point. Good, better, best, quality, and price points. Customization available on that, too.
Yeah, the bar stools, like John said, awesome range and price points from the...
ICO.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Amisco.
Yeah, Amisco.
I've been doing ICO bedding today, ordering new bedding.
Amisco's awesome. I'm pricing somebody in a pub height table. They have fabulous bar stools in both counter height.
Hill.
Yeah, and
right
fine
on up
furniture.
to the Bassett.
And we have them here in store.
Tons that you can sit on and test out, but then we can customize
upholstered,
it for you.
unupholstered, swivel, stationary,
metal, wood.
Yeah, bar stools. Yeah, we got a lot.
Okay, and then lastly, let's touch on the custom window treatments. And we had a question submitted earlier.
Yes.
And we also have another question about what best custom window treatment do you have for interior that can be rolled up during the day so she can enjoy the view.
Well, this kind of touches on the question we got earlier. It depends. I can justify our in-home design services more than ever with custom window treatments.
Absolutely, John.
Do we go to Hunter Douglas and do we do like a hard treatment or soft treatment, blinds and shutters, or do we do shades and valances? Do we go to our seamstress and collaborate with Christy and do some type of drapery that can open and close?
I know the two of us have talked about 2 jobs in particular. One where the customer just wants to soften the windows.
Right.
The husband's not into a lot of drapery options. We're going to go in after we install the upholstered pieces and talk about how to soften the space. I've got another customer.
But add to that architecture.
Yeah, absolutely. Window treatments can be purely decorative or functional.
Exactly.
And functional is a lot of times how you need them. One, to preserve your fabrics, direct the light.
It's much more of a science and a process than people realize.
Absolutely.
And it can be, mistakes that can be made in window treatments can be costly.
How far will we travel for in-home? That's it.
Well,
and is there a fee if it's more?
Not really. We might schedule it to accommodate time. I go to Sumter in Columbia, Charleston. I just try and schedule those, where I can use my time wisely. But if it's a legitimate project, I don't think we have a problem.
Yeah,
traveling.
accommodating a customer. Yeah.
And if it's in a vacation destination, I mean, I can pack as lightly as possible.
I mean, where are we talking?
It's on J&K.
Yeah, we need a little more information here.
We'd love to go. You just tell us where it is.
And you guys touch on the patio question with the custom window treatments? She has
Oh,
the
it was-
patio and what's best
So I
for
think
outdoor.
the question was talking about floor to ceiling windows, and I honestly I would love a little bit more information before giving a
It's
concrete
hard.
answer.
It's hard for us to zone in on that. It's such a broad spectrum.
But we have exterior window treatments
Oh,
for
absolutely.
outside.
Sunbrella and acrylic fabrics that are environmentally friendly.
Are they talking about for their porch or just talking? Oh, okay. I got.
Or their minivan. I mean.
For patio.
But yes, for the porch or patio, we've got things that
I just make
are
sure,
conditioned to the
yeah,
environment.
make sure it's outdoor appropriate
Right.
finishes, materials.
Which we offer.
Yeah, to accommodate outside.
Okay, guys, let's talk about accessories.
All right. This is what we've got. If you want to go ahead
John
and
first?
Yeah.
let's look and see. We've got quite a variety.
Am I
You
going
want-
first?
Well, yeah, we can go. You can go first. We can go
Oh, let
back
me
and
set this
forth.
over
Whatever
here.
you
Go ahead,
you want
Rebecca.
to do.
Yes. Okay. So, we're talking about spring and accessories, and oftentimes I feel in my own home that when it's light and bright outside and things are blooming, that I want to bring that into my space as well. And we might have some duplications because, like John and I said, we've worked together before. We've got similar tastes, but I love seasonal floral decor. Before I moved into residential interiors, when I worked in commercial design, I really wasn't familiar or didn't quite understand the value of a floral, whether it's live or faux.
But a lot of work goes into these.
Absolutely. And the faux florals have come a long way as far as how realistic they look. But I love a seasonal floral hydrangeas in the South. How can you go wrong? It's a beautiful soft color. It's going to go well with some of the other pieces that I've selected. But I love a faux floral. This has a beautiful glass container. I don't know if Lindsay can follow me here, but it also works well whether it was live or faux in some of our beautiful ceramics. So I've pulled some soft colors. If you're not wanting to invest in a faux floral, there's another way to bring in spring into the home, but I love doing a seasonal toss pillow. Sometimes you can buy just the cover and put it over top of your already existing insert. But this is going to give you the floral appeal for the spring, lightening things up, and have your interiors bloom just like it is outside. So love this fabric. You can kind of see with this chair, you can have a very neutral sofa and introduce the floral pillow to bring in some seasonal decor.
And that particular fabric, several of our vendors carry.
Yeah, it's a great fabric. It's got the new greige color that's so on trend. A lot of blues and greens that are really easy to work with. And, really, John, I could see this working all year round.
Right.
I could see this with a beautiful velvet in the wintertime, a beautiful faux fur in the winter, and then lighten your accessories in the home when the temperatures start to warm up.
I think it's a great update on what used to be a traditional floral chintz pattern.
It starts to have some of the abstract appeal that some of the other pieces that we have to show from our 5 favorite items. The other thing that I love are these great, some people call them martini table or occasional tables. I just love the small scale of this. When I think of springtime, I think about being outdoors, inviting people over.
Entertaining.
Yeah.
Interacting with your friends and
Yeah,
family.
absolutely. They call this the Coca-Cola table. So appropriate for where we are.
Which is
but-
by Paula Deen with Universal.
Of
Paula
course.
Deen loves a good Coca-Cola.
Yeah, Paula Deen was on point here. I love the small scale. It's easy to move around
Lightweight.
the house. I just love it for entertaining guests and setting a drink down. I just love the small scale. It comes in great finishes. It comes in this beautiful gray and also I call this kind of a celadon blue
She
color.
calls it lamb's ear.
You're right.
I've never seen a lamb's ear that color, but if Paula Deen wants to call it... Oh, good.
The plant lamb's
I
ear.
have been wondering, what on earth
You
kind
just
of...
needed me.
Yeah, thank goodness.
So I love this drink table for spring and entertaining. Building off what I said about the great colors in the florals, I love a good ceramic. This is a Legends of Asia piece. This color is such a beautiful piece for coastal design. It's got aquas and grays. Ooh, I'm losing my pillow. Toss pillow.
Yeah, that's right.
But I just love the colors in this. Like I said, you could have all neutrals and bring these accents in to introduce into the home to give your space some much needed color. I also love this rug. Like I said with the abstract, the more modern abstract kind of I hate to say ombre,
but that's what it lends itself to.
Yeah, it's a more modern. It's soft colors. I love this rug because it's it's an olefin face. It's a very beautiful, lustrous rug, but it's at a lower price point. If you wanted to update your home for spring, if you didn't want to invest in a wool rug, it's a gorgeous look at a lower price point.
Well, Surya, which is the vendor for this
thank
rug,
you, John.
always has good price points.
Yeah, it's, I think a lot of people have read in magazines about the high-low mix. Maybe you have a great sofa that you've had for 15 or 20 years. It doesn't need to replace, but you want to refresh your space. Get you some new toss pillows, a brand new rug. It'll feel like a brand new room.
It really will.
The other thing that I love that I think is becoming more accepted these days, I've always loved it, but is the mixing metals. Mm-hmm. I love this new lamp. It's got a fabulous double shade, a little bit of sheen to it, but it's mixing the gold and silver. This is actually like a mercury glass, mm-hmm. but it does a great job of mixing the trend of both gold and silver accents. It's more of a brushed brass, not your real shiny yellow brass that you used to see, but I just think this is a great piece to introduce the mixing of metals. Mm-hmm. Say you already have some pieces in the room that are silver, you have some gold accents you want to bring in, this beautiful lamp could tie those two together. So, loving the mixed metals, love the great new contemporary abstract inexpensive price point rug, the celadon for the coastal colors, bring in your blooms, spring florals either through your pillow or your faux florals. Mm-hmm. John, I'll let you.
Don't you agree that these accessories could take you from any traditional look right on to any contemporary piece as well?
Yeah, it really depends on the building blocks for your space and how you want
They're
to
very
become
versatile.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, I've got a good bit on this side as well. One of my favorite things is a art line we carry, Artistic Ways. And this is an abstract here. Now, it's painted on canvas. It's mounted in this very minimalistic frame, but it has so much detail to it. And what I like about it are the different colors you could pull out and kind of interject in your room. What's so funny is most of your accessories and most of mine we could interswap.
Well, they kind of speak to each other. I brought in more of an abstract rug where you brought in the artwork.
Exactly. But even moving on from that and picking up a little bit of the metallics and silvers, we have this great rib table lamp with the linen shade by Surya. Again, great price point. Let's see, this, if I could reach it here and read it, lamp is regularly retailing $279. And like with our current sale, we're doing 30% off and paying the sales tax through today.
Yeah, it really makes a big difference.
So, I mean, that's a great piece that blends. This is one of my favorite vendors. Jerry found this vendor back.
Love it.
I think she found it last fall. She showed it to me last spring. Ryan's Studio. Great pillows, great quality. You've got the zipper enclosure. You've got the down feather blend insert. And the texture on this brings us right back to what we were talking about earlier. Velvet.
Yeah.
It's an animal print, but it's not in your typical color wave of orange and black and gold. You've got the seafoam and the green, and it would pull, if it were to go into this room, it would pull the different shades of greens and blues out of this artwork. The other thing that would tie this together and give you a fresh pop for the spring season would be this great rug by Jaunty. Now, Jaunty is one of our top rug companies that we use as well, and this one is made with wool, so the durability is there, with viscose accents, which that's what gives you that level of sheen and that color.
Yeah, the luster in it.
Great rug, great price point. It really adds a lot. And if you've got a neutral sofa and you pop this canvas over it, throw a toss pillow on it and give your rug, your floor, a splash of color, it really brings the area to life.
Absolutely.
One thing that I just absolutely love that we are fortunate to have one of the exclusives on is this fused glass. Now this is the extra large bowl we have here. This is done by a local artist. We have it in regular size bowls. We have it in vases and candle votives as well. What she's done here is a mixture of cream and white and clear glass that's been fused together and dried in her kiln, creating this shape. What's great to remember, any color palette that you've got in your living room, we can pick out and get with our artist here, and she can design it specifically for you. It is important to remember no two will ever be exactly alike because glass is, you know, a little more free-flowing.
Yeah.
So that's a great piece, a way to jazz up a traditional dining room table or cocktail table.
I don't know if you mentioned this, but she's local.
Yeah, she's a local
awesome.
artist.
I mean, it's great when we can work with local artists. And John, I'm thinking about this for a specific project, not only for a bowl, but also for a wall piece.
Exactly.
To hang it as artwork on the wall.
It will hang on the wall. You can use it on an easel on a bookshelf, or you can use it tabletop. It's really a very
sculptural art.
Right.
Yeah, functional sculptural artwork.
It's one of the few pieces, and Lindsay, you might want to zoom in here. It's one of the few pieces. Let's say you do use this as a bowl. This is gorgeous with nothing in it.
Absolutely.
And on the wall as well. It gives you depth and dimension, and it's just a true work of art.
Yeah, the sheen of the glass. I can't say how many times I've walked by this table setting and admired this piece sitting on this Lexington table.
And then, of course, one of my last elements here is this orchid arrangement that's done in a carved wood canoe vessel. This is made by the same company, ironically, imagine that, of the hydrangea you pulled.
Oh,
these are made by Tree Masters, and these do have what I consider to be a value price point. The reason being, each one of these petals, and again, Lindsay, if you zoom in here, each one of these petals are hand painted. There is a lot of artistry that goes into this, as well as coming down to the actual container itself. This is a carved wood piece. You've got the moss, you've got the greenery, even the detail to the roots here is very intricate. Intricate. And it's just a piece you'll have for years. It's truly an investment.
This is a wow piece. This is
This is a showstopper.
Yeah, it sits on our front table when you walk in the space, and I know when I first walked into J&K, I said, wow. It really is beautiful. I have both live and faux orchids in my home, and you know, as much as I love and tend to my one poor orchid, it's not blooming.
That's what I'm sitting here thinking. This is going to be blooming
all the time. And honestly, if I didn't know it was faux, I'd have to go touch it.
But even when you touch it, feel that petal.
Oh, I know.
I mean, that gives you the texture of a real orchid petal.
It's a must-see in person.
It definitely is. I mean, we can talk about it here, but you should definitely see these items in our showroom.
And there's more than just that. Maybe your space can accommodate this.
Something that large.
Absolutely. But we have other options as well. And, you know, sometimes it's nice to mix the faux and the real.
I agree.
Yep.
It definitely it makes, I don't know if we're making my faux look better or my real look better, but
that's right, yeah.
It's a good combination.
Absolutely. So we both love the faux florals for spring.
Right.
You know, anytime things are in bloom, it makes you feel like the season is here.
They're a good addition.
Yeah. Any other questions as far as springtime or anything you want to touch on, John?
Well, the only thing I could really think of that we could dive into deeper, this is just a blimp on the radar of accessories we offer. We have got unlimited resources, catalogs, websites. Anything that you can think of, we can really get. Artwork, tabletop decor, pillows.
And I can't say enough about the design team here. We really do have a great team at J&K. We're here to help you get a great look within your price point and with the look you're going for. Maybe this isn't your style. We do it all.
Right.
We're going to take the design principles of scale and form and function and try to make your space feel like you and pull it together maybe better than you could have on your own.
Well, that's our job. We're not here to dictate your style. We're here to help guide you on the path of your style. If we interjected this look on all of our clients, we wouldn't be doing our job.
Absolutely.
Our job is to figure out what you like and help you make your space that way.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I will say, I've worked with a lot of design teams, you have as well. I don't think I have ever met such a cohesive design team that genuinely cares.
Absolutely. We care about making your space great
I think
and giving you what you want.
I think sometimes we get more caught up in it than the actual customer, trying to reinvent the wheel.
Absolutely.
But we want to get it right for you and make your space not just an area, make it your home.
That's 100% true. And whether that's spring, summer, fall, or winter, we're here to help interject your personal design taste on your home, making it comfortable and welcoming and what you have envisioned for the space.
Probably what I'm most looking forward to with spring is going back to market, to High Point.
Yes.
And seeing what the new spring introductions are going to be.
Absolutely. I know there's some things that haven't hit our sales floor yet that I'm excited to see. It's always great to see how the companies are moving forward with their own new products or design trends or taking what the consumer has asked for. I'll be honest.
And interjecting it.
The one thing that I've been kind of excited about or impressed about or educated on since coming to J&K, but I hate to keep mentioning it, but the motion furniture, it really has become kind of a major product
motion
line.
Furniture has come a long way. If you've got two interior designers sitting here bragging about it, I bet.
Really is kind of wild. To me, I think that'll be a big thing at market. Not only your traditional overscale Bubba chair that we've seen in the past, but some of the brands. I know we had a question early on about the recliners. I think a lot of these traditional custom furniture brands are going to be coming out with better and motorized recliners.
Well, and not just your traditional lines, more sleek, more minimalist.
Absolutely.
The range that each furniture vendor is going to is really kind of amazing me, myself.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. I'll be interested to see what kind of accessories. I know I've kind of seen the clean, sleek, modern for a while. It'll be interesting to see if they've expanded upon that.
Well, and what wood trends are coming around, because everything's secular. And the fall market, I was starting to see little hints of more warm tone woods resurrect themselves.
I'll be honest, I was looking for myself for some finishes from Bassett, and I saw some warmer tones too. It'll be interesting to see what shows up.
I agree.
All right, well, we're really excited everyone joined us today, and we appreciate your design questions.
We hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. Come see us at J&K Little River.
Yeah, and we'll be picking a winner tonight, so check out, and we'll put it in the comment section. All right, thanks guys.
Thanks.